and Gambo starts now.
Straight up 4 o'clock.
Got it.
We'll just give it to 4. We'll give it 4 o'clock. On this Wednesday in Phoenix, Tim Ring filling in for Bernsey. Gambo here. We're going to take you up till 6 o'clock. We got 2 hours, jam-packed show. We're going to get you caught up on everything that's going on. The D-backs getting swept by the Astros. The Suns making a roster move. The injuries to the Arizona Cardinals. The Suns rookie Rashir Fleming is going to join us at 5:15. We'll talk to the rookie about the 3 summer league games he played in. So, let's just get right into it. Waste no time. D-backs swept by the Astros. Very difficult loss today. I was at the ballpark last night. Very difficult loss last night. And I think the fat lady is singing. My understanding is that the Diamondbacks will be sellers. These 3 games right here just solidified it. They needed to win the series. They didn't even win a game. All the good you did in beating the Cardinals in those 3 games wiped out by getting swept by an Astros team at your ballpark. Close, hard-fought games, but being swept by the Astros really, I think, puts the nail in the coffin for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Me and you talked yesterday about maybe last night was the game. If they lost that game last night, devastating loss last night, real tough loss. You've got the lead. You feel like you're going to win the game, and then you go into a bullpen guy that, wasn't on the roster a few weeks ago, and the next thing you know, you end up losing that baseball game. That was a tough loss. Today, tough loss. You battle back. You tie it. And obviously, Ginkel gives up the base hit to Christian Walker that gave them the lead. Hader comes in, closes the door. Arizona swept. And at this point right now, on July 23rd, I think it's pretty safe to say that Mike Hayes and the Diamondbacks are going to sell. You're going to see the Diamondbacks open up for business and see if they can move Naylor, Suarez, Gallen, Kelly. Gurriel is a name I heard today. Lourdes Gurriel is a name that could be traded as well. Shelby Miller could be traded. So I think right now, I think it's pretty safe to say that this 3-game loss to the Astros pretty much put the nail in the coffin and made it pretty easy for Mike Hazen to make a decision on what to do.
I mean, Gambo, if the sweep over the Cardinals allowed Mike Hazen and the organization to hit the pause button on the sale that was inevitably coming down the tracks, the pause button has been lifted now. You had to, in my mind, you had to sweep the Astros. I mean, you had to go on a 6-game tear coming out of the break to really make the front office think that maybe this team has found something, unlocked something. They've turned it around, and now they're in for a big second half. Not only did you not sweep the Astros, you got swept. I mean, at worst, you needed to beat them 2 out of 3 games. You don't win a single game. And it's vintage 2025 Arizona Diamondbacks. They go 500 on the homestand. Now they're 3 games under 500.
3 games under 500, but you got to look. With 53 losses.
That's it.
They are a full 6.5 games out of a wild card spot. You got 5.5 out of a wild card spot, but they're behind the Cardinals, the Reds, the Giants, and still have to jump the Padres to get there. It's just the Padres are 8 games over 500 at 55-47. They hold the last wild card spot. The Diamondbacks are 50-53. This is not a question of waiting anymore to see what happens. You waited until now. Now it's time to start taking those phone calls, start getting serious about what the offers are going to be. I don't think anybody in the clubhouse can fault the Diamondbacks. Even if you win your next 3 games, it just gets you back to 500. But the trade deadline is looming. They're going to make some moves here. I think I'm almost positive what happened in this Astros series has made it almost impossible to try to hold on to these players and add. You're going to have to trade players. You're going to have to redo your farm. It's the right thing to do. Now, these games were tough. Today, Naylor gets the bloop single. It's 3-3. You've got the bases loaded. Grichuk hits into a double play. You got a chance there. 6-4-3 double play. Hits a ground ball right to the shortstop. You look at last night. No outs, bases loaded. Blaze Alexander strikes out. Herrera hits into a double play. Just not getting the big hit. Now, their offense has been terrific from all season long, but when they needed the offense the last 2 games, they just were not able to get the big hit. You tied it at 3-3. Ginkel comes into the game. What, 2 bunt singles back to Ginkel? I'm in my car driving in at that time, but I'm listening. 2 bunt singles, Short and Trammell right back to the pitcher. Odd play with Naylor at first base on the one by Trammell. Then Walker gets an RBI single, 4-3 off of Ginkel. So you end up coming back in the 9th against Hader. You're not able to do anything. You lose the baseball game. Tough losses yesterday and today, but losses nonetheless. And those are losses they just could not afford to have.
They didn't play good baseball this series either. I left a lot of, not only timely hitting.
Defense.
But their defense let them down. Two bunt singles. You had Perdomo. Perdomo ran into an out at third base today. That can't happen.
The defensive play, a ground ball right to him at shortstop. He
E6.
You got a runner on third. You don't even get the out at first. He bobbles the ball. He could have came home with it, but he does. He just bobbles the ball. He lost it in between his legs. Runner safe. Just an error by him. Their defense this year has not been up to par. The timely hitting has not been up to par. Good starting pitching. Eduardo Rodriguez yesterday was fantastic. Brandon Pfaadt today was really good.
They did their job.
They did their
jobs these last 2 nights. Again, it's timely hitting. A lot of guys left on base earlier in the series. And today they did battle back. And again, there's problems with the third base coach, problems last night. Torrey defended him afterwards, and another questionable decision today. That could go either way. I know that's a tough job, right? You're damned if you do, damned if you don't.
He's been awful all year.
Especially if you get a guy.
Larkin's been awful all year.
So they've got to address that as an organization and as a coaching staff. It's just very frustrating. I guess the end is here now. We knew the end was near, but this solidifies it. And you had hope after the Cardinals series. But the Diamondbacks had every opportunity to go out there and play good baseball, and against the Astros. And today, really frustrating. The pitching matchup from a starting standpoint, Gambo, completely favored the Arizona Diamondbacks with Pfaadt on the mound.
Pfaadt on the mound, right?
And then on top of that,
Brandon Walter.
On top of that, the Astros rest Altuve. They're banged up to begin with. I mean, Josh Colmanter talked about it earlier in the game. He said, look, if you can't beat this team, I mean, this is half this lineup's not going to be there when they take the field in the playoffs, the postseason. So it was a watered-down roster lineup the Astros threw on the field today, and the Diamondbacks, despite getting a really good quality start from Pfaadt, he took a shutout into the 5th inning. They didn't make the critical plays at the critical times. They didn't get timely hitting again. And again, some sloppy baseball along the way. You can't have 2 guys reach base on a bunt in a 3-3 game in the top of the 9th when they slapped it right back to the pitcher. You got to make those plays.
Yeah. Pfaadt went 5 1/3, gave up 2 runs. I thought Eduardo Rodriguez, who had a really good June, but 2 terrible starts in July. I thought Rodriguez was good last night. But, again, you're turning it over. Richards gives up a run today. Ginkel gives up the run today. Last night was just devastating because, you felt like that. That was a game like, all right, you got that 1-0 lead. You're going into the 8th inning. You need 6 outs. You need 6 outs to go win that baseball game. And you're relying on a guy, nothing against him, but Jake Woodford comes into the game and, can't make any big pitches, and they end up scoring the runs, and they take the lead. He gives up 3 runs, only last an inning and 2/3. That was a tough loss because good baseball teams are going to get those final 6 outs. They're going to get those final 6 outs. And the Diamondbacks, their bullpen has really hurt them all year. The timely hitting has hurt them quite a bit. So, again, a good game by Rodriguez last night. Went 6 1/3, no runs allowed, 6 hits. Turn it over to bullpen. All of a sudden, they get 3 runs off the bullpen in the final, 2+ innings. So, tough losses for the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Yeah, I was going to say, Gamble, this is why even before the second half of the season, post-All-Star break portion of the season began, you had guys like Chris Gargiulo on the radio, and you had Derek Hall on this radio. I mean, they talked about the bullpen. Like, does this team, and this is Gargiulo's words, like, I don't think they have the horses to get this done in the second half. So they were kind of foaming the runways, even at the All-Star break and slightly before that. Look, we are heading down a path where we are going to have to sell. And it's in large part because of the injuries to the bullpen. And lo and behold, as you just addressed it, the bullpen didn't get the job done these last 2 days in terms of holding down the Astros. So the question is now how many of these guys are going to be traded. Gambo, there's a good chance we're talking about a fire sale. I mean, I
heard last night, I was at the ballpark last night, I heard there's some calls coming in for Lourdes Gurriel as well. We've always considered they're going to trade Gallen, they're going to trade Kelly, they're going to trade Naylor, they're going to trade Suarez. They could trade Grichuk, they could trade Miller. But I also heard last night that there's some interest in Lourdes Gurriel. He's a good player, gets 20 home runs every year. He could be a guy as well. Diamondbacks have plenty of guys to kind of fill, that role, if they move him out. But fire sale, you're open for business.
You're open for business.
You're going to take calls on almost all of your guys. You're not trading Corbin Carroll, right? You're not trading him. You're not trading Perdomo. But you're going to take calls on a lot of your guys, especially everybody that is on an expiring contract. You are going to take calls on.
And I think, the fantasy of signing some of these guys back in the offseason, outside of Merrill Kelly, I don't think that's a possibility. I could see actually Kelly coming back.
Yeah, Kelly's a local guy. They like him. They'd like to bring him back for sure. But I think, listen, this is what you wanted: certainty. You wanted, I want to know. I don't want to be on the fence. I want to know. Well, now I know. Now I know. This team it's not a playoff team. You've got to sell. And there's nothing wrong with that. They had a terrible season with injuries. They didn't play well defensively. Restack the farm system. It's a good thing. Mike Hazen's a terrific general manager. He'll make good trades. He'll bring in good players. The farm system is the ranking. I was talking with Alex Weiner at the game last night. We were just talking about where the farm system was ranked. The Diamondbacks ranking in the farm system was low. It wasn't that high. So, I think they were in the 20s. So I would...
Well, you can replenish that, Gambo.
He can replenish it.
You can get... listen, if you sell all four...
22nd. They were 20... Baseball America. 22nd. I was talking with Alex Weiner at the ballpark last night in the press box. And where Diamondbacks rank in the 22nd. You can now jump 5 or 6 spots if you make some trades and you replenish your minor league system.
You get 10 to 12 guys.
You get 10 to 12 guys, sure. But
100%.
now not all of those guys are going to pop, but it's going to make your minor league system a lot better for two things. One, maybe some of those players end up being major league players for you. Or two, you use those players for trade down the road. Now you bring in a bunch of players that you can trade because they're good players from other organizations. All right, the Phoenix Suns, they added to their roster today, just like we predicted that they would add a guard. They did. We'll tell you who they got and why they got him next on Arizona Sports.
Wolf and Luke, middays 10 to 2.
I just don't know if the Mets would be willing to part with a top 10 prospect for 2 months of what has not been a really good Zach Gallen season.
I have to think any team that's trading for Gallen is at least looking at the possibility that they'll have him signed beyond this year. I also have to think any team, whether it's the Mets, whoever, Phillies, I don't know, just whatever team is not looking at his bad games this year. I think if you trade Gino, if you trade Josh Naylor, you are waving the white flag to a certain extent. If you trade Merrill and you keep Zach Gallen, I don't know
You're
if
just
that
going
makes
to
a ton
mix
of
the
sense.
opinion of the fan base.
Yeah, Merrill's been better this year.
Wolf and Luke, middays 10 to 2 on Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
Hey, home sellers. Arizona has had more homes that didn't sell in the past 6 months than in the previous 2 years combined. Thousands of sellers left stuck with no offers and no sale. Do what I did so you don't get stuck. Call Carol Royce, your home sold guaranteed realty. With Carol's guaranteed sale program, sell your home at a price acceptable to you or Carol will buy it. If your home didn't sell or you're thinking about selling, call Carol Royce today or visit carolhasthebuyers.com. That's carolhasthebuyers.com. Carol and selling us to grand price and
These days, there's nobody more important than my guy Robert from All Pro Shade Concepts. My backyard stays cool and private thanks to the roll-down shades he installed. Robert, you're saving backyards, man.
That's what we do, Wolf. We block the brutal Arizona sun so you can actually use your backyard even when it's triple digits.
Absolutely. Your team did an awesome job from the console to the install. I can't thank you enough.
We're happy to help. Call or visit allproshade.com for your free estimate and free installation. That's allproshade.com.
Baseball is all about stepping up to the plate when it matters most. And when you've been injured, you need a heavy hitter in your corner. At Morgan & Morgan, we don't back down. We fight to get you every dollar you deserve. No curveballs, no strikeouts, just results. That's why we've recovered over $25 billion for our clients and fight for them from offices nationwide. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm, proud sponsor of the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
ZipRecruiter is the place. ZipRecruiter is the place for talented teachers, savvy software developers, and master mixologists. ZipRecruiter is the place where you meet all these people and more. That's because ZipRecruiter is the place for job seekers who are are looking for new opportunities. In fact, ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day, so you can find the right candidates right away. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/free. That's ziprecruiter.com/free.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, this is Dave Burns.
And John Gambadoro.
And every year we hear far too many heartbreaking stories involving children in water.
Please take 2 seconds out of your day to help prevent these tragedies.
Learn life-saving water safety tips and enter to win swim lessons from the YMCA and a pool alarm from Life Buoy.
Go to Fulton2seconds.com or text SWIM to 620-620.
And never forget that 2 seconds is too long to take your eyes off kids near water.
This is Doug Fulton of Fulton Homes, proud to partner with KTAR to keep your kids safe around water.
Hey everybody, Dan Bickley here. Game 3 against the Astros. What will the Diamondbacks do? What will they look like tomorrow? We'll discuss our baseball team and the impending trade deadline. Fun begins at 6 a.m. on Arizona Sports.
All right, the Diamondbacks, the Phoenix Suns. By the way, let me give you a note on the Diamondbacks. This is an interesting note. Take note, my friend Dan Bickley. Take note.
Hit me.
The Arizona Diamondbacks in their last 24 games are 6-0 when Ketel Marte doesn't play, 9-15 when he does play. 6 wins, no losses when Marte doesn't play. 3 wins and 15 losses when Marte does play. Last 24 games. Just a note there.
So when Marte in the last month of baseball, when Ketel Marte plays, they're 3-15.
3-15 when he plays.
And when he doesn't play, they're a perfect 6-0.
6-0. Yeah, take it for what it's worth. Take it for what it's worth. The Phoenix Suns, they make a move today, as we had speculated and talked about for a long time, that the Suns were going to add a guard. Now, again, a lot of people that follow this show and follow me know that I give as many hints as I can as to what's going to happen. And I told you they're going to add a guard, either a point guard or a combo guard. And obviously, we love playing the Blue Oyster Cult, Don't Fear the Reaper and Reapering guys. So we said no to Chris Paul. We said no to Ben Simmons and Russell Westbrook and Malcolm Brogdon. And I think there were a few other guys. Every time people had asked, are they interested in Chris Paul? No. They interested in Russell Westbrook? No. Malcolm Brogdon? No. Ben Simmons? No. So, while other media members, especially nationally, were saying that they're interested in this guy, the Suns were never interested in those guys. But we did say that they were interested in a guard/point guard. The Suns, the initial belief was, the initial guy was Marcus Smart. So I'm not going to sugarcoat this and tell you they ended up with Jordan Goodwin today, but they were close on Marcus Smart. That was the guy that they wanted. That was the guy they liked. So, yes, Marcus Smart was the guy. When I kept saying they're interested in a guard, Marcus Smart was the guy. Now, Marcus Smart ended up going to L.A. With the Lakers, so they buy out Jordan Goodwin. The Suns like Jordan Goodwin, as a third-string guard, as a third-string guy. Defensively, he's pretty good. He's not a starter and not a backup, but as a third-string guy, that's a guy that they liked a little bit. So when they weren't able to get Marcus Smart, they did pivot and they got Jordan Goodwin. So, again, no Brogdon, no Paul, no Simmons, Westbrook, those type of guys. We had told you all along they weren't going to go get those guys. So what they have now is they've got Devin Booker at the starting point guard. They got Colin Gillespie as the backup. They have Jordan Goodwin as the number 3 guy. And then they're also looking at bringing in Jared Butler, non-guaranteed contract, okay, to compete with Goodwin and to see which guy could be the number 3 guy. So that is what they are looking to do. So Booker is the starter at point. Colin Gillespie as your main backup. Goodwin and Butler battling it out to see which guy would be the 3rd guy. Now, Goodwin only has a guarantee of $25,000 on his contract. Once they bring in Butler, that's a non-guaranteed contract. So whichever guy they like, they keep. Whichever guy they don't like, they could get rid of. Not going to cost them any real money. The only guarantee between the two guys is the $25,000 for Jordan Goodwin.
Injuries notwithstanding, I would not expect either player to end up in the Suns' rotation. At least I hope not. Things have gone terribly wrong if either one of these guys are. We saw Jordan Goodwin here for 40 games a couple of years ago. He was part of the initial Big Three team with Beal, Durant, and Booker. Played 40 games. Eventually was traded as part of the Royce O'Neal, David Roddy trade. Jordan Goodwin ended up with the Nets. He was okay here in 40 games, but again, he's one of these guys that he provides you a little bit of a spark when he plays in small doses. He can defend. He's got really good size, Gambo. He's 6'4".
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things that he kind of stuffs the stat sheets a little bit, and I always kind of like that about him. But to be perfectly honest, he's just one of these guys that if he's playing significant minutes for you, you are going to lose basketball games.
Listen,
that's just the issue with Jordan Goodwin.
Yeah, he was not their first choice. Like I'm going to tell, like they liked Marcus Smart. They didn't get him, but they liked Marcus Smart, and so now people keep asking, like, what are the Suns going to do? What are they going to do? Like, there's flexibility. Like, there's no rush to do anything. They've got mid-level. They've got, you never know who's going to get bought out, who's going to get cut. You never know if one of your guys gets injured. There's no need to fill that extra roster spot right now. I mean, there's just no need to do that. Now, people will keep asking me about Kuminga. Again, hard to do, just hard to do on Kuminga. I think that, again, I've always said that they like Kuminga. They like him, but I just think it's very, very difficult to go get him. So, I think it's unlikely that they would be able to pull something off with Kuminga. But I can't rule it out completely, but I'm going to say I think it's unlikely based on a lot of different factors.
I understand Kuminga also may have an interest in wanting to be here, but again, as you said, it's a very difficult. It's not dead, but there's a lot of difficulty in trying to pull something like that. That off.
Now, a lot of people may not like that Booker is going to be like the main guy to start. So, Booker start the game. You take Booker out at some point, you put Gillespie in. Now, Gillespie plays the end of the first quarter and then into the series. If you're bringing Gillespie with 2 minutes left in the first quarter, he can play those first 2 minutes, and then the first two minutes of the second quarter, Booker gets a little break. Then you put and then Gillespie can play with Green, and then you bring Booker back. So you know how this works. I mean, Gillespie is a guy that they like. They feel like he's a T.J. McConnell-esque type of player. I think a lot of us who watch the Suns on a regular basis were very impressed with Colin Gillespie and how he played last year. I know I was. I was like, wow, okay, this kid could play. Is he T.J. McConnell? I don't know. But he can play. Like, he's not afraid to take the shot. He shoots the ball really well, doesn't turn it over, smart player. He's going to be the backup point guard. And then Goodwin, Butler, they battle it out, and they could be the winner of that battle would be the number 3 guy.
Right, and one of those guys will not be here. Also, we're talking about the 14th and 15th guy potentially on the roster here. So Jordan Goodwin has history with Phoenix. Again, he played in 40 games back in the 2023-24 season. When he was traded to the Nets, they cut him the next day. Bounced around with Memphis for a little bit. Played with the Lakers last year, Gambo, and actually had some decent games. Only 29. He's actually started 5 games. But he popped a little bit for the Lakers, but clearly they didn't have an interest in keeping him over the abilities to get a Marcus Smart out there in free agency this offseason.
Yeah, much difference, right? Again, no Marcus Smart or Jordan Goodwin. There's no comparison.
There's no comparison.
And Marcus Smart has been a proven player in this league for a long time. Jordan Goodwin is your 3rd guy. Marcus Smart, you bring in Marcus Smart, and he's probably going to play over Colin Gillespie. And Gillespie's more your 3rd string guy if you get Marcus Smart. But they weren't able to do that, so they bring in Goodwin. And again, like, are they done? I can't say that they're done. They're fine if they're done. Like, they're fine if they're done. There's the flexibility with this open roster spot, and now that they got under the aprons with the mid-level, they could take up to $7 or $8 million on a trade with the team. So teams are calling them because they could take up to $7 or $8 million. But it's good to keep that flexibility. You never know who's going to get bought out. You never know who's going to get cut. You never know if one of your guys gets injured and you got to go sign somebody. So I think there's a benefit to not doing anything else and keeping a little roster flexibility with that other open roster spot that they have.
Between now and mid-October.
Yes.
In terms of any kind of summer moves.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, a guy gets hurt skateboarding or something, or falls off his bike, or you never know what could happen. Guys playing pickup, these guys have been in the gym playing pickup basketball all the time. You just never know. So I think it's wise to keep that flexibility open for them for a little bit longer.
It's going to be interesting to see how it plays out with Grayson Allen and Royce O'Neal, too. Those are 2 guys that they have a big price tag on their head now. And when you shop them around, other teams might look at that price tag and said, we're not getting enough bang for the buck with the way these guys produce on the court. Now, Can both those players stay here and help the Suns win games? Yes, they can. So you like having some of that depth that those two guys would provide. But I think in a perfect world, I think that's in part why Matt gave them some big-time dollars on the contract, because you can now flip them for guys who are making big-time dollars. But Allen and O'Neal have to do their part, and that's produce at a high level in the NBA.
Yeah, I think you look at it now, right? Allen's going to back up Green, so you'll have Green backed up by Allen, and then you'll have Royce. We have Fleming coming on the show, Rashir Fleming in the 5 o'clock hour. So you want to see what the rookie can do. You got 3 games in the summer league. You want to see what he could do. You know, at center you've got Williams, and then you've got Richards. There's no reason to force feed Malawach. Might as well take your time with him and and not rush him, because he's very, very raw and he's got a lot to learn. So that's where they are right now with the Suns roster spot. You can continue to follow me on Twitter, Gambo987. We always try to give you a little inside information anytime we can. The D-backs starting pitching was great against the Astros, but where was the offense? We'll talk about that next on Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
Bickley and Marotta mornings.
Last year, Marvin Harrison Jr., the physicality of the pro game seemed to have an effect on him. Love the fact that he went out and he looks like a damn Adonis now.
Yeah, he does.
I mean, you can say, oh, he got bigger, but when the Cardinals social media posted the side-by-sides from year 1 to year 2, it looked like his arms doubled in size.
Yeah.
He's just a house now.
And the fact that he acted so nonchalant about it. Well, I didn't do anything special.
What's the opposite of Ozempic? Grozempic?
Grozempic.
Bickley and Marotta mornings on Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
Love telling you about the Schwartz Laser Eye Center and Dr. Jay Schwartz. If you are looking for a vision correction procedure, nobody does that better than Dr. Jay Schwartz. Helped me with my LASIK surgery, did a fantastic job to help me every step of the way. One of the best things I've ever done for myself was getting that LASIK surgery done by Dr. Jay Schwartz. He's great in helping you with all of your eye care needs. Dry eye, glaucoma, cataracts, glasses, contact lenses. Let the Schwartz Laser Eye Center help you. Locations in Glendale, Scottsdale, and Mesa. And, of course, Dr. Jay Schwartz is the team eye doctor for your Phoenix Suns and Arizona Diamondbacks. All you have to do is call him at 480-483-EYES. That's 480-483-EYES, or go online at teamidoc.com.
Hey, it's Vince Marotta here for Earnhardt Ford in Chandler. My buddy John Nissen, GM at Earnhardt Ford, and his team have just kicked off some amazing deals you got to hear about. But first, what do you think it'll cost you to roll out in a brand new Ford? How about zero? Yeah, that's right, zero. Not just now, 90 days down the road. That's right, with approved credit, you get 0% APR financing, 0 down payment, and 0 payments for 90 days. And folks, all this is available on their most popular models, 2024 and 25 Mustangs, Escapes, F-150s, even 2025 Lightning, Expedition, and 2024 Bronco models. The list goes on. Plus, buy now and get a Ford Protect 2-year, 25,000-mile premium maintenance plan at no charge. That's another 0 out of pocket. Just stop in and tell them I sent you. They've got no bull deals you've been waiting for, or shop online 24/7 at EarnhardtFord.com.
Most new vehicles include the no bull protection packages and added benefit. $699 for cars and SUVs, $1598 for trucks. After all applicable offers. For well-qualified customers through Ford Credit. Plus tax, title, license, and $599 doc fee. See dealer for details. Offers in 9/30/25.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Why'd I go to the doctor? One day at the firehouse, I was so lightheaded I could barely stand. Even my crew noticed. Getting checked out was the right call. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit NoTimeToWait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Ooh, ma. What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud Phone System. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very...
Calm? I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
What's up? I'm Phil Briggs, here from my friends at Navy Federal Credit Union. Whether you're looking to buy a new or used car, or maybe just want to refinance your current loan, Navy Federal Credit Union has great rates on auto loans. You can apply via their mobile app or online, and in most cases, get a decision in seconds. So get a great car and great rates with Navy Federal Credit Union. Credit and collateral subject to approval, rates subject to change, and are based on credit worthiness. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA, and you can learn more at NavyFederal.org/auto.
Hey everybody, Dan Bickley here with my guy Bear, one of the Henley brothers who runs Waltz TV and Appliance. And Bear, tell our listeners why they should avoid the big box stores and shop at Waltz, conveniently located off the I-10 in Warner.
Well, Dan, we offer unbeatable prices on all the products you really want. And if you think you found a good price somewhere else, bring it to us and watch us beat it. We also offer same-day delivery 7 days a week. Get what you want when you want it, only at Waltz. Shop local. Shop Waltz.
Got unwanted guns at home? MMP Guns, a federally licensed dealer, is hosting its first ever used gun buying event, July 25th through 27th. Bring your firearms to 1152 East Indian School Road inside Mo Money Pond, and our experts will offer top dollar, legally and safely. No hassle, no liability. Just cash in your pocket. Doors open Friday at 10 a.m. Visit LegalGunBuyer.com for details. That's LegalGunBuyer.com. Don't miss it.
I'm Mitch Vareldis with Trending Now. It's presented by Parker & Sons Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical. From sweep to swept this homestand. The Astros undid all the good that the Diamondbacks did against the Cardinals. Final from Chase Field today, Astros 4, Diamondbacks 3. Christian Walker, of all people, hit the game-winning RBI single in the top of the 9th inning. So now the Snakes hit the road for 9 games, and we will not see this team again until August 4th, and they could look rather different when they come back to downtown Phoenix. Next up is the first of 3 against the Pirates on Friday. The Arizona Cardinals kicked off training camp today. It's open to the public tomorrow, but they were without their first-round pick. Walter Nolan III is starting his rookie campaign on the PUP list, the physically unable to perform list. He suffered a calf injury while training, per head coach Jonathan Gannon. Also starting on PUP list to linebacker B.J. Ojulari and defensive lineman Bilal Nichols. And the Phoenix Suns are adding to their backcourt. Per reports, Jordan Goodwin is being claimed off of waivers, and then they're signing Jared Butler to a 1-year deal. Goodwin, last with the LA Lakers, of course came over in the trade that got the Suns Bradley Beal a couple of years ago, and Butler last spent his time with the Philadelphia 76ers. Hey, did you know you could take the Burns and Gambo show wherever you go? If you can't catch them live, you can find them on demand on the Arizona Sports app, arizonasports.com, or wherever you get your podcasts. The Burns and Gambo Show podcast is brought to you by YRefi. Don't let private student loan debt ruin your life. Go to YRefi.com. That's YREFY.com.
Here are your top 3 headlines on Arizonasports.com, presented by YRefi. I'm Bailey Leisure. Suns reportedly claimed Jordan Goodwin after Lakers waived him. D-backs swept by the Astros after Christian Walker's go-ahead knock. And Walter Nolan III and 2 others start Cardinals training camp on the physically unable to perform list. Those are your top 3 headlines on Arizonasports.com, presented by YRefi.
I had to wear a blue shirt again today so Tim doesn't rib me on my black shirts.
So I went ahead and wore the black shirt.
So you wore black. I went the blue shirt right there. One with the blue.
In case you missed it yesterday, I was going through all the old videos of Gambo giving his takes. I'm like, you wear a black shirt pretty much every day.
Just about every day. Black, blue, and gray. I'm kind of boring.
Now I've made him self-conscious about it.
By the way, I have to say this because I haven't yet. Happy birthday to the very lovely and beautiful Miss Chelsea Gambo.
Oh.
It's Chelsea Gambo's birthday today.
Today?
Yes. Today is her birthday.
Is there a wonderful birthday dinner planned somewhere in our fine city?
Yes, we went out to a terrific breakfast this morning.
Okay.
When I was in Germany, I got her in Austria. I got her a beautiful bag. That she always likes bags. She always likes, so I got her a beautiful bag, and I will celebrate tonight. But yes, today is Chelsea's birthday.
Happy birthday, Chelsea.
Happy birthday, Chelsea.
Birthday.
Buon compleanno. I'm just celebrating a lot of when I was in Italy, I got to celebrate my aunt's birthday with her. So that was fantastic. And now it's and then the dogs both have birthdays coming up this week too. So
well, that's big.
Yeah, it's big. Both dogs have birthdays this week. One's going to be 10, one's going to be like 12.
Are you taking them out to dinner?
No, but like, when I was on my vacation, I had to stop at like all the dog stores in Sicily, one in Vienna, and then one when I was in Munich to get dog treats because like they like the different dog treats from like different countries.
Like they know.
They know.
They
know.
know. Come on.
They know. They know. Like, hey, what do you got for me?
I don't like the ones from Munich.
I like the ones from Austria a
I
little
want
bit
the
better.
ones from Cologne.
I like the Sicily ones are good. Why did you give me lasagna dog treats? And trust me, if you go to a store in Sicily, you go to a baby store, the babies eat ravioli, lasagna. I mean, I swear to God, I swear to you. You go in there and you're like, like in America, what do they have? Like, what's a dish that you give a kid? Like chicken and peas or
Gerber, whatever.
Right? All of that stuff. In Italy, it's lasagna, it's ravioli, it's chicken parmesan. I'm not kidding. The baby food, that's what it is. Like, that's what you could get for your kid. They teach them early. It's not chicken and peas and broccoli and rice. It's like lasagna.
The dogs are eating well,
and the dogs have those type of treats too. Like it's
Lake Como sausages. Sausages,
crazy, just crazy. All right, the Diamondbacks. I tweeted this out. The 3-game sweep. This is pretty much it. The team is a lot of expiring players. They're going to trade some guys. I don't think there's any question about that. Offensively, the team struggled in the series against the Astros. They struggled to get the big hits. Obviously, Herrera. Last night hitting into the double play after the strikeout by Blaze Alexander. And then today you had a great opportunity and you just weren't able to get that run in. After Naylor had the bloop base hit with the bases loaded, you couldn't get any more runs in. So it was tough sledding. This is a terrific offense. And they've got guys like, people ask, like, what happens if you trade Suarez? Well, you bring Lawler up. He's very close to coming back. And Lawler plays third base every day. What happens if you trade Naylor? Well, you put Pavin Smith at first base and you roll with that. They've got guys. They've got Tim Tawa they could play. They got Barossa who could play. They got Blaze Alexander who could play. So in the meantime, if they end up moving out some players, they're fine. In the outfield, if they trade Lourdes Gurriel, who I'm saying last night I heard when I was at the ballpark that there was some interest in Lourdes Gurriel. Okay. Poked around a little bit, made some calls today. Yes, there are teams. Lourdes Gurriel is a good player. He's not a great player, but he's a good player. He hits 20 home runs every year. Fair contract, so there's some interest there. You've got Jake McCarthy who could play. You've got Tawa who could play. You've got Corbin. You've got Alec. Like, you'll be fine.
Well, they can play.
They can play.
Can they win?
Well, we're talking about 50 games here. We're talking about getting to the end of the season. Everybody's saying, what happens if you trade all these guys? Who's going to fill the roster?
But I'm also talking about 2026, though, Gambo. I mean, you're talking about a roster now, and I mean, Ken can always go out and spend, and he's done a great job of that. Maybe he will again. But you're talking about trades coming up in the next week or so that will have a definitive impact on the 2026 season because Puck and Burns aren't going to be back. So now you're going into that season next year without Corbin Burns, without Zach Gallen, without Merrill Kelly, without perhaps Lourdes Gurriel, without Eugenio Suarez. I mean, I'm not. 2026 may very well be not a lost year, but a rebuilding year.
It depends on what it depends. It's a great question. It's a great question. So you don't want to punt on it. You don't want to punt on the year. But it really depends on how you're able to fill the roster spots lost by Burns, Gallen, and Kelly if all three of those guys don't come back.
Can't gut the roster with trades and injuries and expect to go toe-to-toe with the Padres and the Dodgers.
I like Ryan Nelson. I like Ryan Nelson. I like Fott. Eduardo Rodriguez pitched good. So you have three guys, but you're not winning anything with those three guys at the top of your rotation. So Burns is unlikely to come back from – if he does come back, it's going to be very, very late in the year. These Tommy John surgeries aren't 12 months anymore. I talked to Daniel Hudson, who's had two of them. He's the reason why they're longer. He tried to come back after a year, and he tore it again, in a double-A stint. So, there's a lot of guys now that are taking 15 months on the Tommy John surgery.
Why would you ever bring Corbin Burns back for a couple of starts in late September?
10 starts. At the end of the season. You're right. I mean, you got to be careful. Got a big investment in him. If you got to punt on the year, you punt on the year. Can you bring Kelly back? Then you'd have Kelly, Nelson, Fott, Erod, and you need one more guy. But we don't know about 2026. The other question is, what can you get for these players? What can you get for Gurriel? What can you get for Suarez? What can you get for Naylor? Now, my understanding is you're basically, if you trade Beeks, Miller, Suarez, you're cashing in a lottery ticket. Just basically a lottery ticket. You take a flyer on some 19, 20, 21-year-old kid and hope that he hits down the road. Not a top 10 player in the organization. But if you trade Naylor, Suarez, Gal, and Kelly, now you're looking for something north of that. You're looking for something. You don't want a lottery ticket. I want good players back. I want players that I believe can be major league players. So that's the difference. They have guys that they could trade just, okay, I'll trade Grichuk and somebody could have a right-handed DH and a pinch hitter off the bench for some 20-year-old guy in single A on a roster. I'll trade you Jalen Beeks, who's been a good reliever, for a 21-year-old infield prospect, that's not a top 10 prospect in your organization. But the other guys, you're talking about trying to get good talent back for those players.
You could get as many as 10 to 12 prospects back. It's interesting, and I don't know how Mike Hazen views this. I understand the philosophy of let's get, 4 prospects back, and we hope that maybe 2 of them hit. The other thing is you can, instead of saying let's not get quantity, let's get quality, and say, look, all right, we're going to trade you Geno Suarez, but we don't want 4 of your prospects ranked between 15 and 25. We want 1 or 2 of your guys ranked higher than that, or 1 guy ranked higher than that. Like you almost, I see both sides of it. I understand the thought process. Like, Luke Weaver, when he came over from the Cardinals, was a top prospect.
Yeah.
But the Cardinals got 5 guys in the Goldschmidt deals, and nobody ever panned out here in Arizona. So it'll be interesting. And plus, you're going to get in a bidding war. You're going to get teams in a bidding war trying to obtain, maybe not Gallen anymore, but Geno Suarez. Yeah. And now you got the Mariners, the Brewers, the Yankees, I don't know, the Cubs all pining for Geno Suarez. Yes. You parlay that into getting some guys prospect-wise that maybe you wouldn't get if it was just 1 or 2 teams you were dealing with.
That Yankee rumor by Ricky Ricardo, WFAN, was not true. I checked on that. But think about this. What if a team's out there like, I could get Merrill Kelly and Geno Suarez, or I could get Zach Gallen and Josh Naylor. How much more could you get for a team if you're going to give them a power bat in the lineup and a good starting pitcher? Not that Gallen's been good this year, but Kelly has. Could you combine Kelly and Suarez and get something greater?
Yes.
Because all of these teams that are going to be interested in Suarez and Geno Suarez, they might be also interested in a starting pitcher that could pitch in a postseason.
I remember when the Cubs were going after the World Series in 2016. As you remember, they traded for Chapman.
Aroldis Chapman.
Right. They felt he was the final piece of the puzzle.
And they gave up a really good prospect.
Well, that's where I'm going with that. It's not like
Gleyber Torres.
It's not like the Cubs gave the Yankees 5 decent dudes. No, they gave them their best dude,
Gleyber Torres.
Now Chapman may be a different level than a Geno Suarez in terms of a trade piece and if somebody you're obtaining at the time. But like I said, it wasn't like the Cubs gave the Yankees a bunch of pretty good guys. Hopefully 2 of these 5 guys pan out. No, they gave the number 1 prospect in the organization, and Gleyber Torres.
But they were desperate to win a World Series. They were so desperate to win a World Series.
Are the Yankees desperate to win a World Series now?
I think the Cubs the Cubs were really desperate to win a World Series.
A lot more desperate than the Yankees.
So,
but philosophically speaking, it goes to what I was saying earlier. Like, maybe you don't get as many prospects, but you just get a better one or a really good one and maybe one other guy. That's just a different way of thinking. I don't know if the other teams would even go for that with a guy like Geno Suarez or Zach Gallen. Gallen's really hurt himself with his last 2 starts.
Yeah.
He's hurt himself with his entire season.
You're just hoping that a change of scenery, and
that's what you would hope. He'd get back to his old form.
And his pedigree. His pedigree is that he's been a really good pitcher his whole career. All right, the Arizona Cardinals will be at training camp tomorrow. Training camp has begun. We know Will Johnson is signed, but man, they've got some key players that are out already. We'll talk about that next right here on Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
Cardinals Training Camp 2025, the Red Reckoning. The Red Reckoning. 90 players enter State Farm Stadium at the beginning of camp. Only 53 can earn a spot on the final roster.
Who are the bad men for the Arizona Cardinals, Basinonians? Who are they going to be?
Training camp coverage presented by Bud Light. The Red Reckoning. On your exclusive home for Arizona Cardinals football. Arizona Sports 98.7. The app. YouTube channel. ArizonaSports.com.
The Roof Reckoning. Yeah, JLC Roofing, the Roof Reckoning. Because your roof requires maintenance. You don't realize it because you don't really see it. You don't go up there. You don't look. Nobody says, hey, you know what? I'm just going to go up on my roof and walk around today and see what it looks like. Make sure every tiles, shingles, all that stuff's in place. Nobody does that. Nobody. The only time people actually look at their roof is when they're hanging their Christmas lights, which is only like 3 months away, by the way. What do we got? Like 3 or 4 months away, we hang our Christmas lights. So if you want to get your roof checked out, I've got a great local company, JLC Roofing. Third generation roofers right here in Arizona. From the grandfather to the father to the son, love giving my business to companies like that. So a lot of times you've got these big overgrown trees that they're hanging over the roof. They're actually doing damage to your roof. You don't even realize it. Build up in the valleys that create leaks, plugged up debris. It's important to have your roof checked out. That's why JLC offers free estimates. Let them come out and give you a free estimate. Go to jlcroof.com or call 602-ROOFING. That's 602-ROOFING.
Speeding while driving gives you less time to react. Another car could turn out in front of you. A pedestrian could be walking their dog. Follow the speed limit to keep them safe. Speeding catches up with you. Paid for by NHTSA.
Summer's a great time to get a new Toyota. Choose from models like Camry, RAV4, Highlander, Tundra, and Tacoma. Or check out the all-new 2025 4Runner. Visit any one of the 10 Valley Toyota dealers or valleytoyotadealers.com today.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
When might you be buzzed? When you suddenly love everything.
You guys, I love this song.
I love these nachos.
I love our kickball league. Ugh! I love this guy.
What's your name?
You know what I love?
A ride when it's time to head out.
If you see a buzzed warning sign, call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
I love your car. Is this real leather?
At Spark Men's Health, we treat ED differently. Instant, lasting solutions tailored to you. 87% of our patients see results on their very first visit, or it's free. That's the Spark Guarantee. Reignite your confidence, your performance, your life. Book now at sparkmenshealth.com or call 480-550-8579. Again, 480-550-8579.
The Burns and Gambo Need to Know Social Poll. Presented by Sanderson Ford.
All right, Sanderson Ford, 51st Avenue in Glendale. And don't forget about Sanderson Lincoln if you want a navigator. They are just east of the I-17 on Bell Road. You can always go online for more information at sandersonford.com. Our poll question today, I'm going to guess Diamondback related?
D-back related.
I haven't looked, but I'll take a look right now. What do you got, Lauren?
Well, this question comes on the heels of today after their loss and the D-backs getting swept by the Astros. Gino Suarez was seen sitting in the dugout for a longer period of time after the game ended, kind of staring out at the field. They asked him about it. Post-game, he said, just thinking about what's going to go down the next few weeks and how this is going to happen and my time here because I think it's home.
You're following up the Zach Gallen question from yesterday, aren't you?
No, we're asking, well, in a way, because we're asking.
Same thing.
Has Gino played his final game at Chase Field?
Isn't that what you asked about Gallen?
Yes, but that was, is he going to throw a pitch? So now, are we going to see Gino back at Chase Field with the D-backs, yes or no?
No. Gino Suarez is the number one trade commodity out there. He will be traded. They will trade Gino Suarez.
100%. I haven't looked at the results yet, but I'm going to assume it's around 95-5% wise.
It's 84-16,
Okay.
yes, that Gino will be gone.
16% are holding on to a fantasy.
Holding out for a hero. I'm holding out for a hero. 16%. Now, listen, the other thing, like if you thought you could keep Gino Suarez, okay, but I don't think you could keep Gino Suarez. They'd love to have him as their first baseman next year. But then he's not going to take a one-year qualifying offer deal. Like, somebody's going to pay him a lot of money. All right, that is the poll question. We will check back. Are we going to check back later? No, we're not going to check back. We're not going to check back later. So you could just go on.
These are the results.
These are the results. I reposted it, so you could vote on it. Now let's talk a little Cardinals. Bad news for the Cardinals. Walter Nolan, out. Bilal Nichols, out. B.J. Ojulari, out. Trio of defensive players are out. All three placed on the PUP list. That's called the physically unable to perform list. Tim knows a lot about that. He has been on that for a long time this year.
Since I was 24.
No, how many times... Seriously? With your injuries this past year?
No. Dude,
how many times could you not get out of bed this year?
The last year has been bad.
The last year, you've been on the physically unable to perform list for a long time.
It was about 7 months. 7 months down.
So, physically unable to perform, Walter Nolan III, B.J. Ojulari, Bilal Nichols. Nolan injured his calf while training camp, right before training camp. So he's going to miss some time, Gannon said. Do we have any sound on this from these guys?
Well, Gannon was very short today. Probably not sweet. I'm hearing this for the first time, but obviously he was asked a ton of questions about Nolan. Some of these are short, so Gambo, I'll kind of rapid fire them. First up, here's Gannon on how serious Nolan's injury is. By the way, before I play this happened in a team activity. Happened at the facility. So it wasn't like he was out on the treadmill by himself and he showed up and said, I'm hurt. This happened to him with a team-organized activity, much like Darius Robinson a season ago when that wiped out his rookie season for the most part. All right, so let's go to Gannon right now on how serious the Nolan injury is. It's very short. Let's go. Oh, we're not hearing it. All right. We'll try Nolan. I'll try one more. Nope, we're not hearing it. Guys, I don't know. Oh, hang on. There we go.
He's working hard to get back.
All right, here's how serious Nolan's injury is.
They're all different, but he's going to miss some time.
All right, timeline on Nolan.
I don't know, Danny, honestly. They're all different, so he's recovering, rehabbing, and he'll get out there when he needs to get out there, but he's going to miss some time.
Nolan's calf injury, is it different than what Darius Robinson had? I just mentioned that a moment ago.
A little bit different injury, and they're obviously different people, so he's working hard to get back.
And one more now of all three of these guys talking about Ojulari, Nolan, and Nichols could miss time in the regular season.
I don't know that. You know what I mean? I really don't. We'll see how it goes. Each one's a little bit different. Each injury's a little bit different. Each guy's a little bit different. So we'll get rolling, and other guys will get ready to go, and they'll get ready to go. They want to be out there with their teammates in practice, and we need all three. But when they're healthy, they'll play.
All right, let's start.
Not a lot from Gannon. A lot of short answers there. You can tell a little frustration there. He said, as far as Nolan, he said he's recovering, rehabbing. He'll get out there when he needs to get out there. Just doesn't have a lot of information. Said, I don't like to compare injuries. When asked about Darius Robinson, it's a little bit of a different injury, and they're obviously different people, so he's working hard to get back. That's from Darren Urban on azcardinals.com, those quotes. But obviously some frustration there with guys. You want to go into camp healthy, and you're starting out behind the eight ball with three guys, three defensive guys, three front seven guys. B.J. Ojulari, we've all been waiting for him to pop. But I think the bad news is Walter Nolan, a calf injury, is going to sideline him for a little while. So he's going to be, again, with the rookies, if you don't start camp right away, you get really behind. Can these guys make an impact early if they miss so much time in camp? A lot of times the answer is no.
I get it. The injury to Darius Robinson it could be different. It could have been a lot worse than what Walter Nolan is going through. But philosophically speaking, the same issues that arose last year with Robinson having that calf injury. If you remember, Gambo, there was a period in late August, early September. It's like, is Darius Robinson going to be ready for the opener? Well, we're not sure. We got to wait. And this thing just lingered on and on and on. I think he had a setback at some point. Basically, his rookie season was wiped away. Walter Nolan Jr. is not only a first-round pick, but a player the Suns expected to perhaps start and be a major player.
The Suns could use him. Power forward, they could use. He's got some size. Imagine him rebounding a bat. How you got to get around him to grab a rebound?
All those years of doing Suns shows come back to bite me once in a while. The Cardinals expected him to not only play, but perhaps start and be a major force on that defensive line. The bigger problem is now, Gambo, he's a rookie. He needs training camp. He's going to miss all these reps. It's not like Calais Campbell is going to be out for 3 or 4 weeks, but he'll be fine in September. He doesn't need to be at training camp.
No, Nolan needs the reps.
Nolan needs the reps.
Yeah. Now, they got guys. Like, they got Calais Campbell and Dalvin Tomlinson. We talked about L.J. Collier yesterday. Hopefully Darius Robinson, Justin Jones. There's a lot of guys. They have the depth for those guys, but this is tough because when and you look at B.J. Ojulari, his injury was on August 2nd. That's almost a full calendar year now. So he's been rehabbing for almost a full year, but that's a tough injury. Like, that is a really tough injury. We've been talking about that a lot, the ACL injury. Like, you automatically expect guys are going to be back in a year. Sometimes it's not that easy. Sometimes it takes 13 months or 13 and a half months. It's not always, hey, a guy's going to be back in 11 months or 12 months. That's not always the case with these injuries.
No, but a lot of times guys are back in a year, so when your guy is not, right. I can see why you're disappointed as a coaching staff and as an organization, because this is a second-round pick that you want there out on the field, not only in training camp, you want him on the field when the real bullets start flying in September. And now he's going to be set back. Ojulari could be back in a week or two. So we don't know what his timeline is, although Gannon certainly wasn't forthcoming with that today. Bilal Nichols is another guy that's going to be on the PUP list. I mean, he missed 11 games last year. Justin Jones missed 14 games. So bad luck? Or, again, is it something they have to address with the training staff? I mean, to have 2 first-round picks on the defensive line right before camp start in a team activity, injure a calf muscle that perhaps could take you out for significant time.
I'll tell you what. I'll put our injured guys in all our major sports up against anybody else. Diamondbacks, Suns, Cardinals. Go ahead. Show me another state. Go ahead. You want to try to match us? Oh, we got more injured guys than any other state out there. How many times did Beal miss games? Booker, Durant. How many Suns guys missed games last year? Diamondbacks players. And now we got 3 guys already before training camp started. We're good at the injured guys here in Arizona. We're good at it.
You can hear the frustration in Gannon's voice.
Of course.
Those were some short answers.
The D-backs, if they trade their starting pitchers, what will they do? Well, I've got the answer for you. We'll tell you next right here on Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
You and your phone have the key to the Arizona sports universe with the Arizona Sports app. Live streaming shows and podcasts. Plus, listen to D-backs play-by-play.
And on score!
Download the Arizona Sports app, presented by Ready Services Plumbing and Air Conditioning.
Love telling you about Sanderson Ford. They are on 51st Avenue in Glendale. Ever since I moved to the Valley, and the late, great Al McCoy told me about Sanderson Ford. I've truly been shopping at Sanderson Ford ever since. I only buy Ford and Lincoln vehicles. I drive a Ford Mustang. Chelsea drives the Lincoln Navigator. My favorite vehicle ever is the Lincoln Navigator. Sanderson Ford has their summer sales event going on right now, where you can get a Ford Protect 2-year, 25,000-mile premium maintenance plan at no charge, plus big Sanderson discounts and Ford incentives. You can take a look at the new 2024 Escape STL line for just $26,599. Or how about a Ford 2024 Bronco Sport Big Ben, $30,899, and a new 2025 F-150 Super Crew STX truck, $43,500. All 3 of these offers include the no-charge premium maintenance plan, all with no hassle, no pressure, no nonsense. 51st Avenue in Glendale, or go online at sandersonford.com.
Monsoons, wild winds, roof destruction, driving rain. Is your roof prepared?
Hi, I'm Lori Clark, owner of Right Way Roofing. We offer free estimates and up to 12 months, same as cash. Let's get your roof ready before the storm strikes. Remember, there's only one way, the right way.
The right way roofing, we do it right. We'll always keep you watertight.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
As parents, we watch our kids grow up, cheer at their games, help with homework, and worry about the choices they'll face. One bad pill laced with fentanyl, that's all it takes. That's why I've talked to my older kids about carrying naloxone. It's not about expecting the worst. It's about being prepared, because one dose can save a life. Please carry naloxone. Be ready. Be safe. Learn more at naloxoneaz.org. That's naloxoneaz.org.
Guys, if you feel sluggish, lack energy, or having trouble in the bedroom, you probably have low T. The solution? Testosterone from Red Mountain Weight Loss. We're not talking supplements here. Nothing boosts your T levels like real testosterone. You'll have more energy, better focus, and it'll boost your sex drive. Book your free video consultation today, and we'll even waive the startup fee. Lose weight, gain muscle, and lose the dad bod with testosterone. Available only by prescription at Red Mountain Weight Loss. Go to redmountainweightloss.com or hit pound 250 on your phone. Keyword Red Mountain.
Nowhere can you buy a GMC for less than at Liberty GMC. This we know, but did you know about their service drive? Dave Burns here for Liberty GMC, 87th Avenue and West Bell Road in Peoria, or shop and buy online all the time at libertygmcaz.com. The deals there are unmatched, best in the Valley, but they also have the best service center in the Valley because they know people are busy. That's why their service center stays open late. Drop your vehicle off by 8 p.m. and you're back on the road the next day. If you don't like waiting around for your car to get service, you want to get it done, this late night shift at Liberty GMC is perfect for that. You'll never know your car is gone. And speaking of their service center, the best tire deal in town can be found at Liberty GMC. Buy 3 tires, get the 4th for $1, and this deal lasts all year long. Convenient service, big savings. It's all at Liberty GMC, 87th Avenue and West Bell Road in Peoria. Shop and buy online all the time. LibertyGMCAZ.com. GMC, we are professional grade.
KMVP FM Phoenix.
Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
On the Arizona Sports app and on 98.7.
I'm Mitch Vareldes with Trending Now. It's presented by Parker & Sons Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical. From sweep to swept this homestand, the Astros undid all of the good the Diamondbacks were able to accomplish against the Cardinals. Final from Chase Field today, Astros 4, Diamondbacks 3. Christian Walker hit the game-winning RBI single in the top of the 9th inning. So now the Snakes hit the road for 9 games, and we won't see them again until after the trade deadline. Next home game is August 4th, and this team could look rather different when they return to downtown Phoenix. Next up is the first of 3 games against the Pirates on Friday. The Arizona Cardinals kicked off training camp today, but they were without their first-round pick. Walter Nolan III is starting his rookie campaign on the physically unable to perform list. He suffered a calf injury while training, per head coach Jonathan Gannon. Also starting on the PUP list, linebacker B.J. Ojulari and defensive lineman Bilal Nichols, both of whom are recovering from injuries from last season. And the Phoenix Suns are adding to their backcourt, per several reports. Jordan Goodwin is being claimed off of waivers, and then the Suns are also signing Jared Butler on a 1-year deal. Goodwin, last with the LA Lakers, he was the one that was a casualty of Marcus Smart joining the LA club. Butler spent his last season with the Philadelphia 76ers. This report is brought to you by America Roofing. America Roofing wants to give you some relief on your roof. Save 12% with their tariff and tax relief, or get a free inspection. Online at AmericaRoofingCo.com, Arizona's largest roofer.
Hey, it's Rick. When will the Diamondbacks start making trades ahead of the deadline? We'll discuss tomorrow at 10 a.m. It's Wolf and Luke on Arizona Sports.
All right, 5 o'clock hour here on Arizona Sports. Tim Ring filling in for Bernsey. Obviously, taking you right up till 6 o'clock tonight. And I think the biggest question that people have with, like, okay, you're going to trade Gallen and Kelly. Who the hell's going to throw? Right? That's what a lot of people are at. Like, well, who's going to throw? Well, right now, if they decided today to trade Gallen and Kelly, the answer would be Anthony DeSclafani and Bryce Jarvis are the most likely candidates. DeSclafani's got 170 starts under his belt. He's a starting pitcher. He's 35 years old. He could take the ball and start for you. So this guy's always been a starting pitcher. Even last year, he had 18 starts, or 2 years ago, 18 starts for the San Francisco Giants. Made a start for the D-backs this year. DeSclafani would be one of those guys that would start. Bryce Jarvis would be the other. So if you trade Gallen and Kelly, your rotation is Nelson, Fott, Erod, DeSclafani, Bryce Jarvis. most likely that is the rotation you would go with. Is it good enough to keep you in contention for a playoff spot? No, but it's something you would have to just get you through the end of the season.
No, and you factor in trading Geno Suarez, too, on top of that, then Diamondbacks fans are just going to have to come to the realization that the season's over. I'm not breaking any news there. They all know that if you're listening. Geno Suarez knows it. Lauren talked about it. There's a picture that just popped on my my Twitter feed. Geno just kind of standing there in the dugout looking out by himself, and he knows it's over. And we talked about it during the course of the week, Gambo, that the D-backs, it's been very frustrating. They have had a lot of injuries, but they were mediocre. I've said this a few times now. They were a mediocre baseball team before the injuries really hit. So this season, it didn't begin all that great. Burns took a while to get that first win, and then it's just kind of been a one step up, one step back, one step up, two steps back, two steps up, one step back. It's kind of happened now for 103 games, and it happened in this homestand. When you come out and you look great against the Cardinals and you give people hope and you go right back and you give back 3 right away to the Astros. Story of the season. It's been incredibly frustrating and disappointing because this is a team we all thought certainly would be in the postseason and maybe had enough to compete for a World Series championship.
Yeah.
We did.
You did. When you went out and you spent that money on Corbin Burns and you thought maybe you could turn Jordan Montgomery into a good player as far as a trade is concerned. Yeah, I think we all thought that this team would compete. So it's a bummer. Like, it's really a bummer that this team is not, going to be a postseason team. I mean, it sucks because one of the biggest enjoyments I had was just a couple of years ago when this team went to the World Series. I mean, it was just so much fun. I got a kid that's a baseball player. We had so much enjoyment and so much fun out of that team. I love going to the game. I love going to the park with my wife and family. I think it's a great day out to the ballpark with your wife and kids. So it does kind of suck that we're at the position now where they're not going to make it. And now you try to say, okay, who are the guys, that can compete? Now they've got some guys in the minors that they could have come up, but it's more likely that it's going to be DeSclafani and Jarvis. If you have to go to the minors, you got Human Lin is a possibility. There's some other guys that they could bring up, but I think, again, it's more than likely that the 2 guys that would replace Gallen and Kelly are DeSclafani and Jarvis. Because what are you trying to do, Tim? I'm trying to get to the end of the season now. The second you start making trades, the second you're out of it, you've made that signal. It's Torey Lovello and the guys are going to try to win baseball games, but they're not going to be able to make up enough ground to make the playoffs. And when you trade these guys, again, you're waving the white flag. We all know it. So now I'm just trying to get to the end of the season. I'm going to be hitting August here. I got 2 more months left to play. I just got to get through the end of the season. I've got to have a roster that could do it. So those will be the 2 guys that will most likely replace Gallen and Kelly if they trade them. And again, there's some guys in the minors that they could also, possibly bring up. They've got some guys with high ERAs, but that's not a big deal. That's Reno. That's the minors.
Mike Fitzgerald, D-backs front office guy, had joined Wolf and Luke earlier today. He was talking about how much offers will dictate what they end up doing here before the trade deadline or up until the trade deadline.
I think it'll dictate a lot. Okay. We're trying to have non-emotional conversations now around what is the threshold that we should be discussing any player. And so in that, you don't want to have something surprise you at the last minute and now you're making kind of an uninformed decision to shoot from the hip on maybe a return that we didn't spend a ton of time talking about. We're still trying to balance that. Ideally, any moves that we would make are ones that could help this 2025 team through the end. The bullpen has probably been the biggest blinking light. They've done a decent job. Last night's probably the first one in this month at least that you look at and you're like, oof, man, all right, that would have been an area that if we had a bit more strength, then maybe last night's game goes a little bit differently. So yeah, we're constantly trying to juggle that. There's no perfect formula to making sure you're making the best decisions on the 31st when the deadline hits, but you try to do as much discussion ahead of time so that you're not forced into rushing and shooting from the hip and then hoping that the guys you get in return end up being meeting the standard of what we're looking for Diamondback baseball in the big picture.
Interesting when he said they potentially could get back guys that could still help them win in 2025. I hear that. I guess it may not be just a gigantic pool of prospects only. I guess a few major leaguers could come back in a deal like that. I'd be more concerned about can you help the team win in 2026 and 2027. I mean, whether or not you help them win in these final, 50 games of this year?
Yeah.
Hate to say it, but, who cares?
There was a thought, and this isn't going to happen, but there was a thought that if they had just been somewhat competitive, that they would hold on to the pitching and trade the position players and think that they'd still have a chance. Like, okay, you trade Suarez and Naylor and Grichuk, but as long as you've got Kelly, Gallen, Fott, Nelson, and Erod, you feel like you're still going for it. Now, again, that's half in, half out. I'm not expecting that. But I know before the Astros series started, there was this thought, I wonder, is it possible? Could you trade the position players? Because you could always replace your first baseman. You could always replace your third baseman, your outfielder, those type. It's the starting pitching that's really hard to replace. Because once you trade the starting pitching, then, again, you're out of it. I think the second you trade Geno Suarez, you're that's it. The white flag is up. You're out of it. Again, that was before these last few losses. That maybe that was a thought that you could do that. But again, that's half in, half out. I don't expect that. I expect right now we're open for business. Make a call, make an offer. Again, most trades don't happen until about 24 to 48 hours before the deadline. Is it possible trades happen sooner? I don't know. If I get a great trade offer right now and I'm Mike Hayes, and I'm going to make the trade.
You have to make the trade. Even before these 3 losses, Gambo, this was a 500 team. So you take, if you were kind of half in, half out, you take Suarez off this team, out of this lineup, you take Gurriel and you keep the pitching. I mean, they were a 500 team with those guys. They're a 500 team with all guns blazing, all healthy guns blazing. To go half in and half out, I don't see the point of that. And clearly, these Astros games have kind of made that a moot point anyway. I expect everybody to go. I expect everybody to go with a conversation with Merrill Kelly before he leaves.
Hey,
that we'd like you to come back.
We would like that. Exactly. We're going to trade you, but we'd love to have you come back.
Would you at this point, what we know now after the season, would you want Zach Gallen back, even if the price was quote unquote right?
If the price, yeah, because I'm going to get him a lot cheaper than what Scott Boras thought he was going to get from him in free agency. I'm not opposed to it. I like Zach Gallen. He's just had a bad year. He's had a bad year.
So you trust he can come back next year and have a good year?
I think once the contract thing is off, unless he gets a one-year deal, somebody then comes back on. But his pedigree has been he's been a really good starting pitcher his whole career. He's just had a bad year. Even this year, as bad as the year has been, he's had those 4 or 5 great starts that show you who he is. He just has had a lot of inconsistencies, and especially with locating the fastball and playing around too much. When he's got 0-2, 1-2 on the count, throwing a couple of balls and just walking guys. And he's given up so many home runs this year. He's just had a bad year. All right, I had a chance early to catch up with Rashir Fleming, the Phoenix Suns rookie, drafted 31st overall. We're going to catch up with him next right here on Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
Cardinals training camp 2025, the Red Reckoning. The Red Reckoning. 90 players enter State Farm Stadium at the beginning of camp. Only 53 can earn a spot on the final roster.
Who are the bad men for the Arizona Cardinals, Space Arnians? Who are they going to be?
Training camp coverage presented by Bud Light. The Red Reckoning. On your exclusive home for Arizona Cardinals football. Arizona Sports 98.7. The app. YouTube channel. ArizonaSports.com.
Love telling you about the Lund Mortgage team. They're helping so many people right now with new home loans and refinancing and getting people pre-approved for a mortgage. Been very, very busy. The market's great. It's a great time to buy a house, and a lot of people are getting out of their leases and stop. They don't want to rent anymore. They want to own a house, and this is a good time for a couple of reasons. Number one, a lot of inventory. More houses on the market now than we've had in a long time. So a lot of sellers are holding on to their house a lot longer, right? They're not able to get the price they want because there's so many houses on the market. That means there's some seller incentives out there. We've seen the house prices drop. We've seen people lower their after 30 days or 45 days, they lower the price. That's good for you, the buyer. The Lund Mortgage team is available nights, weekends, anywhere you are in the Valley to get you pre-approved for a mortgage absolutely free. Call them at 623-889-0130 for all of your mortgage needs. That's 623-889-0130 or go to lundmortgage.com.
Your Arizona Diamondbacks face the San Diego Padres at Chase Field for a 3-game weekday series starting August 4th. Get your tickets now at dbacks.com.
Dan Bickley here for Parker & Sons, and summertime in Arizona means triple-digit temperatures and hours spent indoors, which means now is a great time to get your air conditioning unit tuned up by Parker & Sons, which can prolong the life of your system, save you up to $30 a month on utility bills, and give you the peace of mind you need entering the long, hot summer ahead. Call 602-2REPAIR. That's 602, the number 2, then REPAIR for Parker & Sons.
ZipRecruiter is the place. ZipRecruiter is the place for talented teachers, savvy software developers, and master mixologists. ZipRecruiter is the place where you meet all these people and more. That's because ZipRecruiter is the place for job seekers who are looking for new opportunities. In fact, ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day, so you can find the right candidates right away. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time on a fancy water bottle with ultra titanium alloy metal. You're not sure why you need all that. I mean, it just holds water. But you're getting it anyway. Because if you're hiking near an active volcano and you accidentally drop the bottle into molten lava, your water will still be icy cold. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time. For water bottles. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
Constipation with belly pain that keeps coming back and back and back. If your symptoms keep coming back, talk to your doctor. It could be irritable bowel syndrome with constipation or IBS-C. Linzess could help you get ahead of it. Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Speeding while driving gives you less time to react. Another car could turn out in front of you. A pedestrian could be walking their dog. Follow the speed limit to keep them safe. Speeding catches up with you. Paid for by NHTSA.
Arizona Sports Suns. A new horizon shaping the Suns' future this offseason with Burns and Gambo.
All right, welcome back to the Burns and Gambo Show. John Gambador. We're talking a little Suns basketball right now. One of the most exciting young players in the organization is joining us. Rashir Fleming, the 31st overall pick by the Phoenix Suns. Just getting finished with some summer league play. And, of course, a New Jersey kid. What's going on, Rashir?
What's up, my guy?
All right, so how do we feel about Arizona so far? Different type of heat, isn't it?
Yeah, it's real different. I ain't gonna lie. It's gonna take some getting used to.
Yeah, we don't have that humidity. You know, back in like New York, New Jersey, we got to deal with the humidity. Here, it's a drier heat, they say. But the summers are like 6 months long here. I mean, you're going to see it's going to be hot on Halloween. You're going to be, what's going on? No leaves changing colors. It's going to be hot on Halloween, and you're going to be like, what is happening here?
Yeah. Well, I did hear after the summertime, it's like the perfect weather.
Yeah, you're going to love playing basketball here. You're not going to have to deal with shoveling the snow in the driveway or anything. When you get to November, December, January, February, you're going to be like, man, I love Arizona. It's phenomenal. Let's talk about this path, man. You missed the first 2 Summer League games, a little bit of a knee issue, but then you played in the Sacramento game, the Minnesota game, the Portland game. Just give me your thoughts. How did you like playing in the Summer League? What did you think about it?
It was dope, honestly. I was just really glad to be out on the court just playing basketball. It was super fun for me, super fun experience. But it was good. I know it's a different pace in NBA like basketball games, a different pace, a different feel in college. But it took some getting used to it. It was super fun.
Yeah, and you built it up, right? 14 minutes against Sacramento, 17 against Minnesota, 20 against Portland. After the 3 games are over, how did you feel? Did you feel like you fit in? Did you feel like, hey, I can play in this league?
Yeah, for sure. I felt super confident in myself after that.
When you look at some of the things that you do, I think everybody's excited about what you bring as a versatile player offensively and defensively, but you block shots, you rebound, the steals. Defensively, I'm really excited about what you could do defensively. And a lot of times you're great on switches. Like you could guard a point guard, a shooting guard. Do you feel like with your versatility you could guard like 1 through 4 in the NBA?
Yeah, for sure. Like I feel like I'm really good. Like you said, off the switches, but moving my feet and guarding smaller guys. I feel like I can guard bigger guys. Honestly, like right now, I think I can guard 1 through 4, but I want to get to the point of guarding every position at a high level. But it's just I just got to keep working on it and keep perfecting what I've been working on that defensive end too.
Man, one of my favorite players ever played for the Phoenix Suns. He's a good friend of mine. They called him the Matrix, Sean Marion. And, man, you go watch some film of Sean Marion playing with Steve Nash and Amari Stoudemire, you're going to see defensive versatility. That was the type of guy, man. He was so unique, and he had that ability. He could guard anybody at any time on the basketball court. That's what made him so special. Yeah. Let's talk about the games. 101 games at St. Joseph. You got a lot of action. And a lot of people say, okay, the Atlantic 10 competition, but you shined in some of those games against Power 5 schools. You got a great game against Villanova. How do you feel those games against some of the Power 5 schools where you really played well helped you get ready for the NBA?
I think it just shows that you got to be ready to play anybody at any given moment. You're just going to have to show out and just play hard. So I think I did that with those teams. I think I did that pretty well, and I think it's going to translate to this next level.
Did you get up more for those games? Was that like a big challenge to you, like to get up for those when you were playing Villanova and some of the Big Five, Power 5 schools? Was that a big challenge?
I wouldn't say challenge. I think it was just good competition because I feel that I go into every game the same way, just looking ready to try to win a game and compete against other people. But it was fun, honestly. It was really fun.
You're an inspiration to a lot of kids, right? 'Cause you were a role player in high school. You didn't have a lot of offers. Then all of a sudden, you pop at St. Joseph's, had that really big junior year, fantastic. You end up getting drafted. You're in the NBA now. But tell me about that. Like when you were in high school and you weren't like the star player, you were just a role player. Did you still have aspirations to play in the NBA? Did that seem so far away to you?
At the moment, it probably didn't seem like it was like a chance of this happening, but it's always been in the back. Like even since then, it's always been in the back of my mind that I was going to get to this point, like regardless of how the situation may have looked at the time. So, like honestly, it was just a lot of work and a lot of faith that just kind of kept me going because it's always been my dream to make it to this level, and I'm just finally here. So it all played out well.
What was the biggest difference when you look at yourself as a sophomore in high school to a junior in college, outside of like growing, and I'm sure you grew a whole lot from that time, but what was the biggest difference? You put a lot of work in, but to you, what changed so much to where you became a role player in high school to like a star player in college?
Honestly, nothing really changed. Like I've been doing the same stuff that I've been doing. Like it's just kind of getting better at what I already do, just continuing to get my reps up when it's like shooting the ball, doing the things that I do in the game, just doing everything at a higher level. I feel like I just was working on outside of practices and stuff, and being consistent with that. So it was just a lot of consistency and a lot of reps got me to that point.
We know you shoot the ball very well, 39% from three. You were a double-double machine at St. Joseph's. But one of the things that I think they like about you is your ability to move well without the basketball. Not everybody's got the ball, right? But you move well without the ball. Talk a little bit about that. When a play's going on, why are you so good at moving without the ball?
Yeah, really because it's hard for me to stand still anyway. Like even outside, like I've got I like to call it undiagnosed ADHD. I just like moving. But like when I'm on the court, it's like you don't want to be standing still and you don't want to just like be stagnant. Like you want to make the defense have to move and have to guard you. Even like regardless if you have the ball or not, you can still tire out the defense and all that. So it's just having fun without the ball in your hands. Like getting your teammates open, you do all the little stuff that's going to contribute to like your team scoring the ball. Like there's other ways to contribute.
Yeah, you're like me, man. When people watch the video of the show, and because people can watch the show on YouTube Live and everything, and I'm always moving. I'm moving around. I'm bopping. I'm like, my head's moving. I just can't stay still. And people say, "What's wrong with you?" I'm like, I don't know. I can't sit still for like 2 minutes. I always got to move.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm the same way.
Yeah. Let's talk about the relationship with the other kids coming into this draft class. Come on, Malawach and Kobe Brea. Do you feel like you're developing a good rapport with those guys? You think that that's going to be a close, tight-knit group, you three players?
Yeah, for sure. And I already had it, like, before the draft and stuff going, and I already, like, knew the guys. Like, come on, we're both with Clutch, so we had the same pre-draft workout, so I was able to connect with him beforehand. And Kobe, he was in the A-10 before he was at Kentucky. He was at Dayton. And also, we were both at the same camp at one time, the Formula Zero camp. So we both, knew of each other. We all, I knew both of them before the Suns. So it was pretty dope to have them, seeing them get drafted to the same team as me. It was a cool thing to see. So, and we already been connected super fast already, so it's dope.
No, I won't mention anything about Kobe beating you like 3 times when he was at Dayton, because that was the deal, right?
No, so this thing, I'm counting my win against Dayton, even though he wasn't there. I'm counting my last one.
All right.
I know he wasn't there, but I'm counting it, and that's the only one I count because that's the last time we played him.
You tell him I beat Dayton. It's not like I never beat Dayton. You tell him I beat Dayton. It's not like I never won a game against them. I took them down. Rashir, great conversation, man. I'll tell you, when I see you at the arena, I'll tell you where you can get the bagels that are just like the New Jersey bagels. I got a guy. He's called the Bagel Man. He makes bagels just like New Jersey, man. Nothing. And he's from Jersey, and he makes the bagels the same way.
Okay, that sounds good.
All right, my friend. Hey, appreciate the conversation. Best of luck to you. We'll see you down the road.
Yeah, appreciate you, my guy.
All right, thank you. That's Rashir Fleming, the 31st overall pick in the draft by the Phoenix Suns, joining us on Arizona Sports. All right, Rashir, thanks so much, man. Appreciate the time.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, I had a chance while the Diamondback game was going on to tape an interview with Rashir Fleming, and exciting future ahead for this kid. Terrific young player, wing player, great size, athleticism. I think he's going to take some time to develop. Can't rush him right in, but I think he's going to be a good player for the Phoenix Suns down the road. So it was good catching up with him. All right, D-backs swept by the Astros. What does it mean? We'll talk about that next right here on Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
D-backs decision makers from the team's front office join Wolf and Luke Wednesday mornings at 11:45 for D-backs Front Office Focus. Brought to you by Canvas Annuity. The home of Arizona Diamondbacks baseball is Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
Love telling you about asset preservation, wealth, and tax, because one of the things I'm a real big believer in is making sure you have a financial plan, a retirement plan, a tax plan. And listen, I work with a guy named Stuart Willis from Asset Preservation, Wealth, and Tax. He's done a terrific job for me. Lots of great advice over the years to help me with my plan, so that way I can retire on my term, live the life that I want to live, and kick back in that villa in Lake Como, Italy. And although Tim keeps telling me he wants to come crash the party when I'm out there, but maybe I'll invite you, Tim. I'll probably invite Faye, but not you. Faye and the kids could come. You might not be able. Your passport will probably be expired, so you won't be able to make it. But I will. I really believe in having that plan. I really do. Now, the sooner you could start, the better. If you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, man, make that phone call now. Make that phone call. Say, listen, I want to be in the same position Gambo's in down the road. Let's get this thing started. There's never a bad time to start, but the sooner the better. Call 602-877-PLAN. That's 602-877-PLAN. Ask for a free portfolio review or go online at assetpreservationwealth.com.
Investment advisory services offered through Foundations Investment Advisors, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
For the team at Berg Simpson, it really is more than just a slogan. Good lawyers changing lives. That's what they're all about at Berg Simpson. Dave Burns here. So good lawyers changing lives. What does that mean? Well, it means they're nationally renowned and recognized trial lawyers looking to change lives for the better by preparing for trial, fighting in court, getting families compensation for their injuries. It means putting a high priority on giving back to their community, getting involved and making a difference. It's the heart of everything they do, here to help people who need it the most. Frankly, when we were involved in an accident years ago, we made a mistake by not calling them. So when you've been injured, Berg Simpson's team of experienced personal injury trial lawyers, they're going to fight for you and what you deserve. You'll get more money for your case when you hire a trial lawyer, and it doesn't cost you anymore to hire a trial lawyer. So call the trial lawyers of Berg Simpson at 602-777-7000 or visit bergsimpson.com. Good lawyers changing lives.
Struggling with ED? You're not alone, and we can help. At Spark Men's Health, 87% of men see lasting results on their very first visit, or it's absolutely free. No gimmicks, just real lasting solutions tailored to you. Get back to the man you know you are. Call now, because confidence shouldn't wait. Call at 480-550-8579. Results are no cost at 480-550-8579.
1-877 Cars for Kids. K-A-R-S Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Hey everybody, Dan Bickley here, and all over the valley, New Life Dental Implant Center is changing the game. They offer amazing quality, great convenience, and the best prices you are going to find. And your new smile, crafted from pure zirconia, no metal, just strength and comfort that lasts. And their flexible financing makes it all possible. That new smile, that new life, just one phone call away. 602-855-0000, online at newsmilearizona.com.
Guys, if you feel sluggish, lack energy, or having trouble in the bedroom, you probably have low T. The solution? Testosterone from Red Mountain Weight Loss. We're not talking supplements here. Nothing boosts your T levels like real testosterone. You'll have more energy, better focus, and it'll boost your sex drive. Book your free video consultation today, and we'll even waive the startup fee. Lose weight, gain muscle, and lose the dad bod with testosterone. Available only by prescription at Red Mountain Weight Loss. Go to redmountainweightloss.com or hit pound 250 on your phone. Keyword Red Mountain.
I'm Mitch Voraldis with Trending Now. It's presented by Parker & Sons Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical. From sweep to swept this homestand, the Astros undid all of the good the Diamondbacks accomplished against the Cardinals. Final from Chase Field, Astros 4, Diamondbacks 3. Christian Walker hit the game-winning RBI single in the top of the 9th inning. So now the Snakes hit the road for 9 games, and we won't see them again until next month, August 4th. So this team could look a little bit different when they come back to Chase Field post-trade deadline. Next up is the first of 3 against the Pirates on Friday. The Arizona Cardinals kicked off training camp today, but were without their first-round pick. Walter Nolan III is starting his rookie campaign on the physically unable to perform list. He suffered a calf injury while training, per head coach Jonathan Gannon. Also starting on the PUP list, linebacker B.J. Ojulari and defensive lineman Bilal Nichols, both of whom are recovering from injuries that occurred last season. And the Phoenix Suns are adding to their backcourt. Per reports, Jordan Goodwin is being claimed off of waivers, and then they're also signing Jared Butler to a 1-year deal. Goodwin was last with the LA Lakers, while Butler last spent his time with the Philadelphia 76ers. This report is brought to you by State 48 Home Comfort. Received a new HVAC quote? Send it to State 48 Home Comfort and save up to 20%. Go online to submit2save.com. That's submit the number 2 save.com.
Hey, it's Rick. Join us tomorrow at 10 a.m. from Arizona Cardinals training camp, as Wolf will be asking players what their weight is at and if they plan to get in any training camp fights. It's Wolf and Luke on Arizona Sports, the blood sport. Wow.
All right, D-backs take it on a chin. 3 games against the Astros. I know we got some sound from Torey Lovello after the game. I know he did not feel great about this series.
No, not at all. Here we go.
Yeah, we gotta be better. That's all I can really say. A team that comes in from Seattle, their bullpen's a little bit beat up, and they relied heavily on their pitching and defense. And we allowed starters to work deep into games. We got away from our approach. We didn't link up some at bats. It was the reason why this happened this series was a reoccurring theme that we didn't do the things consistently the same way we were doing them against Cardinals. a young team full of young prospect-ish type of players with a lot of injuries. I mean, they came in here and played a very aggressive baseball game, and we just took too long to figure out that piece of the puzzle. We got to be better. Specifically today, you know, the ninth inning was a perfect example of what I'm talking about. You know, a couple bunts. I feel like if we execute and do things the right way, they may not have anybody on base. We didn't get that done.
Yeah, you know, Torrey brought it up. I brought it up earlier in the show. The Astros put a lineup out there today. They're already banged up. They sat Altuve. It's almost like they were conceding
Take two out of three. They're happy. We take two out of three. We'll give you this one at home. And Diamondbacks just could not take advantage. I mean, you had a big error by Perdomo early in the game. Ground ball right to him. Run scored from third base. The runner was safe at first. You had two bunts back to Ginkel in the ninth. Both guys get on base. You had all these situations to score, and you're not able to do it. It's just tough situational play was not good for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Could have won yesterday's game, should have won yesterday's game. 6 outs to go, you got the lead, not able to get it done. You know, today you tie it up, you feel really good, you're going into the ninth, and then 2 bunt singles, and then Christian Walker, big at bat, he gets a base hit, drives in a run, and then you're not able to get that run back in the bottom of the ninth inning. You lose the series, but again, to me, I kind of was looking for clarity here. I really I hate being on the fence where you just don't know. Are you in, are you out? Are you a contender, you are not a contender? Team's 3 games below 500. The way that it's broke today with the other team, a lot of other teams ahead of them winning, there's no argument anymore. The Diamondbacks need to sell. None of us that are Diamondback fans are happy about this. Not what we wanted, but it's what's the right thing to do. Because if they could make some trades and add some talent to the organization, I'm all for that.
If they were 4 games back and Mike Hazen and Ken Kendrick and company decided to pull the plug and make those trades, would have been really tough for Hazen and Torrey to walk into that clubhouse and say, guys,
yeah,
we're making these deals.
It's easier now.
I don't think anybody in that clubhouse will even be surprised, and they darn sure probably won't be upset.
Reds won today. Giants won today.
Speaking of the Reds, Gambo.
Mets won today.
Speaking of the Reds, the Athletic is reporting that the Reds are interested in reacquiring. He played 6 years there, I believe. Gino Suarez from the D-backs. And the report from the Athletic is that the D-backs have mutual interest in dealing with the Reds. Why wouldn't they? They should have interest in dealing with everybody that's interested in Gino Suarez. But what's crazy to me is the Reds are 3 games better than the D-backs. They got 53 wins. D-backs are sitting there at 50. It's like, how many games do you look back this year where you could have found a way to win 5, 6 more ball games and put yourself in a position?
But you didn't.
You didn't.
And so now you're 3 games under 500. There are, at this point, you've played 103 games. There's 59 left. You're 10 games behind the Dodgers. I mean, just look at the wild card standings. Like, I don't see a path here.
No, it's over.
You're 5.5 behind the wild card, 6 in the loss column from the Padres. But between you and the Padres are the Giants, the Reds, and the Cardinals. You've got to pass 4 teams in 59 games. It's just not going to happen. I think we just got to come to the realization it's this year's ball club, because of a combination of injuries and poor play, especially the bullpen, and the defense was nowhere where the defense is nowhere where it should have been. It should have been so much better. The offense was good. The starting pitching, at times it was good. At the top, Brandon Pfaadt was really good. Then he wasn't. Now he's good again. Eduardo Rodriguez had a lot of really bad starts. Gallen has had a terrible season. Burns got hurt. Like, Kelly's been a model of consistency, and Ryan Nelson's been great. And Pfaadt, for the most part, has been good. But overall, it just didn't have. It's not their year. Like, sometimes it's just not. It's not your year.
Gino Suarez, after the game, obviously asked about the impending trade deadline.
It is a lot. I mean, I don't want to talk to that about that right now because nothing happened yet, and obviously this thing had a part of my heart right here, and like I say, I feel like I'm at home. This team is being a lot to me, and all the last 2 years being in my career changed everything here in Arizona. You know, I am who I am right now because last 2 years being great, and this is part on. It's a lot about this team. You know what I mean? And like I say, I don't want to think about that now because it's nothing happened yet. I just want to wait the time, and like I say, we got to fly today to Pittsburgh. I'm going to enjoy my off day tomorrow and see what happens Friday. So I go day by day, and if something happens, let's wait for it. Like I say, I don't want to think about it. I don't want to make anything change. It is what it is, and I just want to think about Friday.
That's it. He knows.
He knows. I got an off day tomorrow. I'm going to kick back. I'm going to relax. I'm going to get on this plane. I got a baseball game to prepare for on Friday. But this guy's played for Detroit. He played for Cincinnati. He played for Seattle. He played for Arizona. Like, he's played in 4 different spots, 2 in the American League, 2 in the National League. He knows. The way he's playing, he knows. He's getting traded. This guy has 36 home runs and 86 RBIs. He's having a fantastic season. Everybody in baseball is going to want him in the middle of the lineup with the year he's having. And the Diamondbacks are going to make a good trade. And for them, it's what they need to do. Look, all of us have come to love Gino Suarez. Like, appreciate him, respect him, like him. Love when we have him on for the interview. Good vibes, Gino. Guy's been a terrific Diamondback. Really enjoyed, especially after the first 2 months last season when they almost got rid of him. Like, he was so bad the first 2 months of last season. There were 2 times they almost cut him. But they didn't. They held on to him. And to his credit, he got his act together and he figured it out and he played some great baseball. And so we're all going to hate to say goodbye to him. But what is best for the Arizona Diamondbacks? Yeah. Trading a 34-year-old on an expiring contract to get back a couple of prospects is the right thing to do. It's just the right thing to do.
Torrey, no one more surprised that this team is sitting where it's sitting right now than the D-back skipper.
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel great. I wish we had done more in the series. And I've been saying to you, a team doing what we're doing isn't anything that I've ever thought we would be doing after winning, especially winning 3 games against the St. Louis Cardinals. It stinks. We put ourselves in this position. We can't do anything about it. We got to keep fighting.
Yeah, Gambo, you mentioned the error by Perdomo, and there were some base running issues. Perdomo had a base running issue today in the game. He ran right into an out at third base. Bob Brenly on the ball on the broadcast was candid. I mean, and critical. And he said that's just terrible base running. And then you had the gaffe last night when Josh Naylor was held up by Sean Larkin, the third base coach. And he should have scored. It could have changed the whole complexion of the game before we hit the break. Here's Mark Grace on that situation last night.
First and second, nobody out. Man, this is fun. Now, here's the play. Base hit to center. They are conceding. Sean Larkin, he tells him to go. He tells him to stay. He tells him to go. Watch right here. Watch. Stop. Oh, go. Oh, no, stop. That just can't happen. That can't happen. You got to be decisive.
Got to know. And he's had a problem all year. Shane Larkin's had a problem all year. He's had some awful decisions. There was a point when Suarez got thrown out at the plate like 5 times. 5 times. And there was another play where he actually was holding up a guy that ran through the stop sign. He was holding him up, and the ball was on the warning track. And he was holding the guy up, and thank goodness he ran through the sign. And you're like, what are you doing? How are you holding it? The ball's at the warning track. Like, he's been so indecisive on it. Just listen, third base coach it's not an easy job. No. It's not an easy job. You've got to process a lot of information in a really quick amount of time. And you have to be, the most important thing is you have to be decisive with what you are doing. I'm either going to send you or I'm going to stop you. But I can't be doing both simultaneously where you don't know what I'm doing. Stop, no, go, no, stop, no, actually go. Can't do that. You got to make up your mind. You got to read the ball quickly. You got to know who's on base. You got to know the speed. You got to know the arm of the outfielder. You got to know the relay guy. If he's got to go to, you got all that stuff. You got to process that information very quickly and make a quick decision. It's not an easy job, but Larkin's terrible at it. Like, he's terrible at it. Like, I don't know why he's still the third base coach. I agree with Mark Grace. You can't be having this too many times this year. You cannot have a guy that's that indecisive about making a decision. You've got to make your mind up quickly in a short, it's like a quarterback. You've got some guys can't play quarterback because you can't process the information quickly enough. A third base coach has a short amount of time to process the information, the ball off the bat, the outfielder, his arm, the relay guy, his arm, the runner, his speed, and you've got within a couple of seconds, you've got either he's at second. By the time he looks at you before he's hit third, you've got to be either you're stopping or you're going. You've got 2 seconds to figure that all out. If you're not a guy that can process that information quickly like a quarterback, you can't be a third base coach. And it does look like Shane Larkin really struggles processing the information.
He's also in his own head, probably because so many guys got thrown out at the plate. Now,
He's had guys thrown out the plate by 5 feet. He's made a lot of terrible decisions.
And that might be why he's holding guys up right now when he should be sending them. And that's what I say about being in your own head when you lose the confidence and the ability to make that decisive decision on the fly in the moment.
Yeah.
You get in your own head.
You got to live with your decisions, though. It's either I'm sending you or I'm going. Like this, the Grace thing's incredible. Like go, stop, go. Like that's the one thing you can't do because you're going to blow a guy's knee out. You're going to blow a guy's knee out. Am I stopping going? Like, you can't do that. I'm either going to hold up at third or I'm going to go. But the second you start making these quick decisions and now you're making the guy jam on his brakes and restart and jam, like, can't do that to a guy. You're going to blow somebody's knee out making those terrible decisions. Can't have it.
I love the Diamondbacks broadcast crew, pregame, postgame, the in-booth guys. They're kind of getting at the end of their rope. Because when those guys are critical, you know it's getting bad with the baseball team in terms of playing clean baseball or your inability to do so.
Yeah. All right, we'll talk a little Suns basketball next. Off-season grades, summer league rookies, and, of course, they made a signing today. We'll talk about that next right here on Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
Bickley and Marotta mornings.
Kyler Murray is a guy that is really good at the game of chess. What if you let him call his own plays? What would it look like? I think it's an interesting thought. Again, acknowledging it will never, ever happen.
No, especially because Kyler Murray's never been given that opportunity throughout his playing career, from all the way playing as a youngster to now.
Right.
And the other big difference is the chess pieces aren't trying to kill you.
Right. The rooks aren't coming on blindside blitzes.
Bickley and Marotta, mornings on Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
You know, Christian Brothers has been serving the Valley since 1976. A terrific company that does a great job helping you with your AC, plumbing, and electric needs. That's right. If you're having some issues with your plumbing or your electric or your AC, Christian Brothers is who you want to call. Number one, incredible licensed technicians that are going to get out to you quickly and fix your problem at a really fair price. Now, a lot of people are afraid to make that call, but Christian Brothers does a great job of getting the work done in a really good manner and at a fair price. You got a clogged drain, toilet bowl not flushing properly, slow-moving water. You got a problem with the hard water in your house or the drinking water in your house. You're not getting hot water quickly. You turn the shower on, and it takes forever for the hot water to come out. Call Christian Brothers. Have them come out. Their plumbers are terrific. A-plus rated. You're going to absolutely love working with Christian Brothers. Now, when it comes to your AC unit, if you need a repair, call them. They even offer free second opinions. So if somebody's out there telling you need a new AC unit and your AC unit's only 8 years old, call Christian Brothers. 602-222-3535. That's 602-222-3535.
A summer, it can be a four-letter word in Phoenix. We get it. No, not during the Ford Summer Sales Event going on right now at our Desert Ford dealers. Yep, it is here, and it is a great time to buy a Ford. Paul Calvisi here. That is exactly what we did late last summer. Bought my wife a brand new Ford Explorer at our Desert Ford dealers. My daily driver, my Ford Edge. Love the versatility, the capability. And you know what? Check out Ford's full lineup, because during the Summer Sales Event, it is on, like the legendary Ford F-Series trucks with all that capability you need to get the job done, or a tech-savvy SUV like the all-new 2025 Ford Expedition with that Ford digital experience and panoramic 24-inch display. And don't forget the Bronco family, making adventure more epic every time you go out on the road. Work or play, the power is yours. Or get plugged in, or do a little bit of both. But hurry, the Ford Summer Sales Event won't last forever at our Desert Ford dealers. Click buyfordnow.com.
Are you afraid of running out of money in retirement?
If so, you're not alone. In fact, studies show it's people's #1 concern, but there is a solution. Canvas Annuity offers a retirement savings product with one of the most competitive crediting rates in the country, up to 6.2% per year. The best part is you can get access to these industry-leading rates online in a few simple steps by visiting canvasannuity.com. Great rates, simple online products.
Looking for quality windows without the wait? Come to the Window Depot. We carry a huge selection of Milgard windows, in stock now and ready for pickup. Need something custom? No problem. From new construction to full home replacement, we'll help you order the perfect Milgard windows built to fit your space, style, and budget. Whether you're a homeowner or contractor, the Window Depot makes it easy to get the windows you need fast. Visit thewindowdepot.com to find a location near you and see why we're your Milgard window experts.
There's never been a better time than right now to join Global Credit Union. Dave Burns here. I'm a very happy member of Global Credit Union as they celebrate a decade of member service here in Arizona. They offer everything a bank does. Full financial services like checking accounts, savings accounts, loans, and more. But it's just better banking at Global Credit Union. Why are more and more Arizonans becoming members of Global Credit Union? Global members pay low to no fees on their accounts. That's big right there. And they get higher interest than they can at a bank. As a result, Global members collectively saved $195 million last year. They've got 10 branches throughout the valley. Their easy-to-use mobile app puts you in full control of your finances. You can become a member today. Explore the benefits of becoming a member by going to globalcu.org. Your world of financial possibilities. Free checking and no monthly maintenance fee. Only apply to core checking accounts. Direct deposit required for early payday. Other fees may apply.
Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
Burns and Gambo, what's on tonight?
Brought to you by Global Credit Union. What's on tonight? Explore the benefits of becoming a member at globalcu.org. Your world of financial possibilities. No D-backs baseball on tonight, Gambo. That's already over and out. They lose today.
Yes. No D-back baseball.
4-3.
I got to watch the rest of that Led Zeppelin documentary on Netflix. But today is the wife's birthday. Today's the wife's birthday.
You're excused from watching any television tonight.
So on my friends list, happy birthday, Chelsea. Enjoy your first beer. Oh, that's right. The return of Brittany Griner. The Atlanta Dream in town taking on the Mercury.
Only game in the WNBA tonight,
right.
7 o'clock at PHX Arena.
Yeah.
As the Mercury host, Brittany Griner and the Atlanta
Let me tell you something.
Mercury are looking good.
I'm going to say this. With friends like mine, you don't need enemies. I would trade my friend group if I could trade them for somebody else's friend group.
For some prospects? This
is my friend group because today's Chelsea's birthday. Happy birthday, Chelsea. Enjoy your first beer. Happy birthday to the unlucky lady. Gambo, did you take her for her driver's permit today? These are my friends. They're supposed to be my friends.
You should trade them.
I need a new set of friends.
Did you take her to get her driver's permit? This is them ragging on me because of her age. My friend. This is the friend group I have. Block them. Block them like you block people on Twitter.
Yeah. I'd like to just do a fire sale of my friends. Trade them all off to somebody else. You can have them. All right, let's talk a little Phoenix Suns basketball. That's what's on tonight. The Mercury taking on the Dream. Then they go on a 5-game road trip starting in New York. We had Nate Tibbetts on yesterday. He has got the Mercury playing so well right now. They've got a chance to win it all. So keep your eye on the Mercury. All right, let's talk about the Phoenix Suns. The Phoenix Suns have made their move today to bring in that guard/combo guard, the point guard/combo guard I've been telling people for a long time that they were going to get. Now, we've hinted at the player, the type of player they wanted, and we also shot down all the rumors on a lot of players. We shot down Ben Simmons, and we shot down Chris Paul, and Russell Westbrook, and Malcolm Brogdon, and others. But we've told you that, hey, we expect that the Suns are going to sign a guard/combo guard. The player that they preferred, and again, the guy they got is Jordan Goodwin, former Sun, by the way. But the player that they tried for was Marcus Smart, and they got close on Marcus Smart. But he ended up going with the Lakers. But the Suns did like Marcus Smart. They did try for him. When Marcus Smart signed with the Lakers waived Jordan Goodwin. The Suns, knowing that there were a couple of teams that liked Jordan Goodwin, the Suns also liked him. They put a claim in, and they won that claim. So the Suns claimed off of waivers from the Lakers Jordan Goodwin. He will battle for the third point guard spot with Jared Butler, who they signed today. Now, Goodwin's got a $25,000 guarantee. And Butler has no guarantee on his contract. Ringer, I'm expecting Booker's the starting point guard. Colin Gillespie is your backup point guard, and that Goodwin and Butler will battle for the number 3 spot.
Yeah, they may battle right up until the end of training camp or even closer to the regular season after the preseason battle. These guys are going to be the 14th and 15th guy or the 14th guy or the 15th guy on the roster. Jordan Goodwin, really, I mean, when you say combo, I mean, he's really more of a 2. He can play the point. At least he didn't play the point all that well when he was here. There was talk of him doing it because the Suns really didn't have anybody else. But he's a guy, listen, he's got good size, and he's gritty and he's tough. And when he does play, he can kind of stuff up the stat sheet a little bit. He gets rebounds, he gets assists, but he's not a guy you want in your regular rotation. I saw enough of Jordan Goodwin when he was here. Lakers, obviously, and that's okay. I mean,
Morris didn't play last year. Damian Lee, you're going to have guys at the end of your bench that just practice and they're there in case of an injury.
And that's exactly right.
And Colin Gillespie and Booker are going to handle the point, and whoever the third string guy is not going to play a whole lot. So Jordan Goodwin or Butler, whichever guy wins that battle, and it will be a battle between the two of them, whichever guy wins that job, that guy is not going to get much playing time. He's just basically an insurance policy in case of an injury.
In case you're wondering about Jared Butler, he came over in a trade with the Sixers at the trade deadline last year. And so he played on that team, and he started 17 games, and he averaged 11.5 points a game. All that sounds pretty good. When you realize, though, that the Sixers won only 4 of their last 24 games, it puts it in perspective, and they also didn't pick up his options. So
all right,
there
we're at Cardinal Camp tomorrow. Thanks to Mitch and Lauren and Ringer for filling in for Bernsey. We'll be back 2 o'clock sharp right here on Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
Yeah.
Have a great night, everyone.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.
Empire of the Suns. Download it and hit play for Suns Tea and more from Kellen Olson and Kevin Zimmerman. Get Empire of the Suns wherever you get your podcasts or on the Arizona Sports app. Empire of the Suns is brought to you by Sonic. Live free. Eat Sonic.
Dan Bickley here with Mike Freeland, owner of Turf Monsters. And Mike, so many people rave about the quality of your work. What's your secret?
It's very simple, Dan. We're accountable. We do what we say we're going to do, and we do it right the first time. We're a one-stop shop that builds everything in your backyard from the pool tiles up. At Turf Monsters, we take great pride in our customers, and our finished products is what separates us from our competitors. We have the #1 installers in the Valley, and we're the #1 company for a reason.
Check out their work and schedule your free estimate online at turfmonstersaz.com.
A couple years ago, I was in the bathroom at the airport when I dropped my smartphone in the toilet. Not smart. I was multitasking when I should have been focused on the job at hand. Embarrassing, but I'm not alone. According to Google, 7 million other multitaskers accidentally dropped their phones into the bowl last year. A gentle reminder that right now you can get yourself a brand new Samsung Galaxy A36 absolutely free with a $35 plan from Pure Talk. The A36 comes with scratch-resistant Gorilla Glass and a battery that'll last all day, along with unlimited talk, text, and data on America's most dependable 5G network. In other words, it's tough and smart. Something to think about next time you're multitasking in the necessary. Just dial pound 250, say keyword Mike Rowe to get your free phone today. You can make the switch in just 10 minutes. That's pound 250. Say Mike Rowe to switch to a no-nonsense smartphone and a company that actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
All right, Takis fans. Wendy's knows you love your Takis Fuego chips. So we thought, why not make a Takis Fuego meal with a Takis Fuego chicken sandwich with spicy chicken topped with crushed Takis Fuego chips and creamy corn spread. Plus, it comes with Fuego fries inspired by Takis and a bag of Takis Fuego chips. If we had any more heat, we might start an actual... I told him this would happen. For an intense new take on Takis chips, gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's. Includes 1 ounce Takis Fuego chips while supplies last. Takis and Fuego trademarks are used under license.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Guys, if you feel sluggish, lack energy, or having trouble in the bedroom, you probably have low T. The solution? Testosterone from Red Mountain Weight Loss. We're not talking supplements here. Nothing boosts your T levels like real testosterone. You'll have more energy, better focus, and it'll boost your sex drive. Book your free video consultation today, and we'll even waive the startup fee. Lose weight, gain muscle, and lose the dad bod with testosterone. Available only by prescription at Red Mountain Weight Loss. Go to redmountainweightloss.com or hit pound 250 on your phone. Keyword Red Mountain.
Got unwanted guns at home? MMP Guns, a federally licensed dealer, is hosting its first ever used gun buying event, July 25th through 27th. Bring your firearms to 1152 East Indian School Road inside Mo Money Pond, and our experts will offer top dollar, legally and safely. No hassle, no liability. Just cash in your pocket. Doors open Friday at 10 a.m. Visit LegalGunBuyer.com for details. That's LegalGunBuyer.com. Don't miss it.
Oh, it's heating up, Acenonians, but the nights in the Wolfley compound are always cool thanks to our Brooklyn bedding mattress with cooling sleep technology. And there's no better time than right now to get the best sleep ever on the best mattress ever during the Brooklyn Bedding Summer Sale. Now through July 29th, you can get 25% off everything in-store and online. So head on over to one of Brooklyn Bedding's 12 basin locations and tell them Wolf sent you. For the best sleep ever, get the best mattress ever during the summer sale at Brooklyn Bedding.
Need space that's designed to last? Mueller Incorporated delivers pre-engineered steel buildings customized for your style. From garages and workshops to barns, warehouses, even airplane hangars. Our bolt-together buildings are designed to last decades with proper installation and maintenance. Designed for strength. Engineered to last. Visit us today at our West Phoenix location in Buckeye, Arizona, or go to MuellerInc.com to learn more.
KMVP FM Phoenix. Arizona Sports, the local sport.